Ever since I was a kid, I was always drawn to little electronic devices. So of course in the 90s and early 2000s, we didn't have that many small electronic devices. We're now living in the age where next to smartphones, we have smart watches, smart glasses, and of course also smart rings. I was always interested in testing one out myself, and when RingConn approached me and asked me if I would like to test out their Gen 2 smart ring, I didn't have to think twice. I'm really interested to find out how this ring will find its place in my daily life routine. So before you get the ring, you will get a fitting kit by RingConn. Here we also have the different colors: Future Silver, Rose Gold, Matte Black, and Royal Gold. Inside this ring fitting kit are those plastic rings in different sizes, which you have to put on your hand, and they extra tell you that you should keep it on for 24 hours, and after this you have to tell them which ring number you would like to have. I've been waiting for my ring now for a couple of days. It finally arrived, so let's just unpack it together. We got a USB-C to a USB-C cable. It is braided. We got the charging case, obviously USB-C, and of course the ring itself. Picked the golden option. That's a plastic one, and that's the real deal. And this looks funny. So we now got the ring here, charging case, and the cable. That's one time connected here. And then we can see the LED is on here. And now the ring simply needs to be placed here like this. And we can see also here the LEDs are turning on. Just close it and let it charge. Meanwhile, we can go to the App Store and check for the app we need. This one here. This of course is also available for Android. This time I'm setting this up for my iPhone. Allow to find nearby devices. If you want to have notifications, which are actually quite useful for such a device. First of all, we have to make an account. So now I'm completely registered here. Start pairing. For this we have to activate the ring in the charging case. So the ring is blinking. So take the ring out again, put it in, and then it is blinking blue. Then we click on Start Search. It will be searching for the ring, and we found it here. And it is now pairing. And we already have an update also waiting here. Start to update. Like always with Bluetooth devices, if you update them, it is important to stay very close to the device. So now it is updated successfully. Done. And we can see up here, it is at 60% charging level. So we will just let it charge and then we will put it on. So the ring is now at 100% charged. Just take it out. It's, by the way, a magnetic connection. It will not fall out on its own. And let's put it on. That is the thing I picked. So we have this option to add a workout here and sleep apnea monitoring. Just enable this for the next few days to see if there's any risk of sleep apnea. I don't think there is any, but this will be tracking here. Of course, I not have anything yet here because I just literally put the ring on now. But over the next few days, I will collect my data here. One of the best things about this ring compared to other rings is that you don't need any subscription. The battery life is shown as 12 days remaining, so we'll keep an eye on this as well. We can set goals here, how many hours we would like to sleep, a step goal, activity calorie goal, and how long we want to be active per day. We can check here our heart rate, for example. Let's compare this one time with what the Apple Watch is saying. So here we got an average of 79. You can one time check again here. 79 it was on the Apple Watch. One time more with the Ring. Exactly the same. They're either both wrong or both correct. I'll be trying it out the next couple of days now, and then I will share with you my findings. So I had the Ring on me now for a couple of weeks and will share with you now my experience with it. I'm not a Ring guy who wears rings on multiple fingers every day. I just have this one ring which connects me to my wife, and otherwise I'm not wearing any rings regularly. With that being said, it was a little bit strange to wear a new ring for some days, but this was the days when I used the plastic ring. As I said before, they recommend you leaving it on for 24 hours to get a feel for it, so you know which size actually fits you. But I just actually left it on all the time until I got the real smart ring here to get used to the feeling to have the ring. And by the time it arrived, it was just natural to have a ring on this finger as well. The ring actually never felt annoying to me. It is quite lightweight. I can easily remove it and detach it from my finger, so there's not an issue with that. So it is totally not annoying in any way. So when it comes to the material, we're talking about titanium alloy here. And how durable is it? So when I take a look at it up close, there are some little scratches and marks visible just from everyday use. But if, for example, you are working out a lot with the ring or are using it for any other heavy duty, RingConn actually offers a little protector to put it around this ring. You can have it in a transparent case or in different colors. And I just saw this, if you order the ring from the website right now, you even get it for free. This will put some extra protection, and whatever could scratch your ring would just come on the rather cheap priced case, so that's good for you. One very special thing about this ring is the sleep apnea detection. You might ask, what exactly is sleep apnea? It's actually a common but very serious condition where a person's breathing repeatedly stops and restarts while sleeping. And the most common kind, obstructive sleep apnea, the muscles in your throat relax too much and partly or fully block the airway. This causes you to stop breathing for a few seconds or even up to a minute. When this happens, your body doesn't get enough oxygen, which obviously is dangerous, and your brain forces you to wake up. And this cycle can happen dozens to hundreds of times per night. Because of this constant interruptions, your body is stressed, your oxygen level drop, and you never get the deep sleep your body really needs. And this all leads to unpleasant things like snoring, and worse like daytime exhaustion, and an increased risk for really serious matters like high blood pressure and heart issues. And that's why tracking this is a really important thing. So actually I planned some stuff beforehand for this video. I wanted to hit the gym again, wanted to walk out, see how it tracks everything, but unfortunately I felt sick. I went out for some brisk walks while I was still feeling well, but then for almost 10 days my body went on a strike. I had a very bad infection in my stomach and pretty much lay down for a couple of days. The good thing is that the ring actually told me that my vitals were worse than the days before this, so it recognized that there's something not all right with me. But based on how the weeks before went, it gives you the graph, and then there were some outliers. Outliers can happen if your heart rate suddenly shoots up, it is higher than usual, or lower. There are things like the blood oxygen, which should always be around 95 to 100%. 90 to 95% is still alright, but if it is below 90%, it is alarming, and alarm is something I got also while using the ring. So the ring recognized that I was feeling ill, or that my vitals were not as they should be. So I could not actually create the video in that sense how I want, because I'm still not back at 100% and I won't be hitting the gym soon now. But I went out again for a walk, and I also compared the step counts with my Apple Watch to see how far they are apart. So there's not a real way for me to say which is really correct, but it was important for me to just get a second metric to compare it with. I felt my sleeping was tracked also always very well. I generally sleep too less and also not good enough. And I have this weird issue, which probably many of you have, that the more I sleep, the more exhausted I feel. I mostly just get 5 to 6 hours of sleep per day. And when I really hit the 8 hours, or sometimes on rare occasions go beyond that, I am really exhausted after this. So the Ring will definitely stay on me for the foreseeable future. I generally love this kind of devices which can help me to track my vitals and stuff like this. And if it helps me to find out that something is not alright with me, then even better. Yesterday I went out to make a camera comparison, and the RingConn shows me that I had 7,989 steps, while the iPhone is at 8,553 steps. And this is a common difference between both. On September 29th it is 4,300 for the RingConn and 6,200 for the iPhone. On Friday I was walking a lot, and then the iPhone gives me 8,200, and surprisingly now the RingConn has more at 9,000. One more thing I want to talk about is the battery life. RingConn claims that the Ring can hold 10 to 12 days on a single charge. And from my experience, the claim of 10 to 12 days is spot on. I charged the Ring to 100% on the 4th of September, and the first time when I needed to recharge it was on the 15th of September. I got the warning that it will be good till the 16th of September in the morning. So the 5% would still have been enough to keep the Ring on over the night, just for normal measuring. But I charged it anyway that moment. But the 10 to 12 days is easily doable with this Ring, which is really nice. And even then, after you charge it up, it will just take less than 2 hours to be full. I think around 85 minutes it was. And the thing is also, you can just put it in this case when it is charged full. It claims to be able to give the Ring 150 days of extra life. And it's always nice when companies like this keep the word, keep the promise about this kind of things. Charging devices is anyway become a daily routine. Of course, your smartphone will be probably charged every night. My Apple Watch needs to be charged every 30 so hours. So yeah, basically every second day also it has to be charged again. So it is nice to have a smart device which doesn't need to be removed every day. So sorry for the not too exciting insights. So since I was not able to go to the gym, do like other creators, some crazy rock climbing, being on the jet ski with a Ring, or flying to the moon, I have no idea. I was just sick the last couple of days, and the Ring pretty much tracked my vitals in a good way. I like it that it also now automatically can recognize workouts. So even if you're just going out for a walk, like I did a couple of times, it recognized it not immediately, mostly afterwards, but it did. The Apple Watch was quicker to recognize my workouts, or my walks in this case. So when I was walking in the park a bit to catch some fresh air, the Apple Watch needed around 14 to 15 minutes to be able to see you are working out, and the RingConn needed a little bit longer. But in the app on the top there was a little pop-up, and then there was a question: did you just walk out? Overall, I really love the RingConn Gen 2. It is beautifully designed, and I think also the feel is really good. I really could not feel the Ring anymore, if it makes sense, after a couple of days. If you want to know more about the Ring, or if you want to purchase it, check the description below. RingConn also has an autumn promotion coming, where you will get a 20% off discount for the RingConn Air 2 on Amazon. This is not the same Ring which I tested here, which is a RingConn Gen 2. It is a RingConn Gen 2 Air, which is an even more affordable version of the RingConn Gen 2. I have linked everything you might need to know, but if there are any questions left, just leave a comment. and I will try to get to it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.